What was that aha moment? When did the light go off in your head, or the team, or the brain trust to say, you know, we could resurrect this, we could leverage this up?
Yeah, you know, like a lot of things in life, a lot of different pieces came together simultaneously. I think where it sort of started is the Volkswagen Group, as you know, is 670,000 employees, a gigantic global corporation. They basically have 22 points of market share in China, 20 points of market share in Europe, and they looked to America with their brands and they said, we have 5, 6 points of market share. How could we do better? America's a huge market, it's a huge profit pool. How can we do it? And we looked at different ideas, and America is relatively simple when you look at the market. About 50% of the profit pools, total profits in the automotive business, sits in 2 segments. It sits in these SUVs, the more rugged, robust ones, and it sits in the pickup trucks. So that's hovering out there. And then at the same time, I think without a doubt, you're seeing it more and more every day, there's this powerful American moment right now, which is, let's build things again, let's do things again, let's make it happen here again, this rise of, you know, the greatness of American possibility. At the same time, there was an acquisition. So the Volkswagen Group acquired a truck company called Navistar. Navistar, of course, is a holding company that makes heavy trucks. They had the international brand, they have school buses, heavy trucks under there. Below that, on probably page 50 of the contract, let's say, was of course the rights to the iconic Scout brand. So then we said to ourselves, a light bulb went off that said, if we go after these powerful American profit pools, if we went after it with a clean slate opportunity, complete clean slate business case of how we look at it, and then of course at the same time, restore an American icon for this American moment. And so you put those 3 things together, and that's how it came about. And when I look at the Scout brand, I think you summed it up exactly right. It basically is the godfather. It sort of invented the SUV segment. At the time, the SUV segment was probably 1% of the US market. Now it's 70% of the US market. And I think you're right. It's iconic, it's farm, it's heritage, it's go anywhere, it's do anything. And the reason you know it is the name itself. If you take the Scout brand, almost every SUV, frankly, ripped off its name. Blazer, Trailblazer, 4Runner, Pathfinder, Discovery, they're all iterations of the original. And the other reason we knew is the instant we hit this idea and we started brainstorming around, it always put a twinkle in someone's eye. And then it went from 1 to 2 to 5, and now it's to millions. So that's how it came about, and that's why we're here.
So you say, I like the way you said that, uniquely American moment. Are you not afraid of the birthing pains of the same moment, like tariffs for one? Does that not scare you?
Look, I've been in the automotive business for 30 years, and you know, everything can sort of scare you in the automotive business, right? It's in the middle of almost everything happening in the economy, from real estate to labor to technology to federal ambitions to tariffs to policy. You're right in the middle of it, and it's shifting all the time. Specifically to tariffs, let's make no mistake. Tariffs, if you look at them, you know, the automotive business is built sort of on the central nervous system that we have, and then you're potentially putting some big changes into that, and of course that's going to cause anxiety, it's going to cause apprehension, it's going to cause a little bit of upheaval. There's no 2 ways about it. I think if you flip specifically to Scout, we're in a good situation. First and foremost, obviously, we'll talk about the factory, but we make cars here. I think without a doubt, we always intended to have our supply chain as close to the plant as possible. As I look at it right now, we'll probably put 50% of our parts within 200 miles. That's a great opportunity for the Carolinas. And then, of course, we're making decisions on an almost daily basis. Okay, where does this part come from? What's the math to localize it? What's the math and how do we navigate this? And of course, it is changing, if we're honest with ourselves. Sometimes USMCA is included, sometimes it's not. So it's a little bit of a hazy picture to navigate. What I like about our position is our fundamental truth, if you will, was to be as Americanized as possible, which is what we're doing. And then we'll make the calls as we learn more, as we get smarter, and we're going to look at cost. And also, you're going to have to look at labor as well. To insource all of these things and ramp up all of these plants, labor is certainly an issue that needs to be looked at in the Carolinas and America.
Yeah.